Hi my lovely people, welcome back to another fabulous fragrance video. In this video, I'm going to share with you fragrances from my collection that remind me of the beach. They smell like the beach. The moment you smell them, you picture yourself lying on a golden beach next to beautiful blue water. They just kind of transport you to a beach. You know, you're suddenly feeling like you're lying on a beach on a beautiful breezy day. So these are fragrances that obviously immediately put me in a very happy place, because beach is happy, beach is sunny, beach is fun. So if you want to find out what these fragrances are that smell like the beach and remind me of the beach, just continue to watch. So you guys, I went for the whole beach vibe in this video. I have my wet hair that I haven't even dried, and I'm wearing one of my favorite beach outfits that I love to wear to the beach. I don't know if you can see, it has these long, beautiful, gorgeous sleeves that are cut out like that. It's a dress. It's a gorgeous dress with a slit in the right in the middle. It's very light, very breezy, that type of dress. I have a bunch of gorgeous fragrances that just immediately transport you to a golden beach, hot sandy beach. They seriously remind me immediately of a beach vacation, lying on the beach, you know, just going to the beach. That's what they remind me of. So I'm trying to think what I should start with. I think I should start with the beautiful salty queen in my collection that immediately remind me of the beach. It is a fragrance that I only exclusively wear during summertime, like the hot summer months, like June, July, even August. I definitely, for sure, take this with me on any kind of beach vacation we ever go on, whenever we go out to the beach, and of course during the day, just even when I'm not at the beach, I wear this fragrance. It's a very simple one to describe. It's a salty vanilla fragrance. That's really what it is. It is none other than, you probably guessed it, this is Olympia by Paco Rabanne. You guys, this fragrance is a very unique fragrance. It's not for everyone. It's not everyday type of fragrance. It's definitely a exclusively hot summer month fragrance in my opinion. This one, you guys, I can smell it, but I'm gonna spray it just so I can smell it even more. Yeah, this just takes me immediately to the beach. It's a very salty vanilla. Those are the two things you smell the most in this fragrance. So of course there are other notes, other florals and other notes in this fragrance, but really very simple to describe. It's a very salty, gorgeous, salty vanilla. This fragrance also has beautiful like white florals that are very subtle, you know, so that they don't overpower the saltiness in this fragrance. It has like, I think, a little bit of sandalwood that kind of gives it that sensual feeling, very like light woody notes. Of course there's vanilla. Like I said, it's a salty vanilla. This fragrance has a very much like this, like sort of like marine vibes about it, like something very minerally and marine about it. So obviously you can guess a note that's in here, ambergris. So every time you get that sort of marine, woody kind of nuances, you know ambergris in it. You know, right, what I mean? I mean, ambergris I think is a must for any kind of, you know, salty marine type fragrance like this one right here. There's something very marine and minerally and salty about this fragrance, and it's also got that slight sweetness from vanilla, but it's not overly sweet. It's not really all that sweet at all, but the vanilla is there, you can smell it. I just really love wearing this. It's very refreshing, you know, whenever I wear it out during the day, during hot summer months. It doesn't have to be to the beach. You can wear it out and about. It's like one of those fragrances that I wear to just run around, you know, in hot weather during the summertime. but this is definitely one that makes me feel happy, reminds me of the beach. Yeah, very kind of like hot weather, you know, marine, salty, vanilla type fragrance. This one is Olympia by Paco Rabanne. So the next one I have in my hands is one of my latest additions to my collection. I am so very thrilled that I bought this fragrance. It is not what I expected it to be, in a kind of really good way. I expected it to be this like typical, you know, hot summer fragrance that you get a lot. I kind of expected it to be one of those typical summer fragrances. It's really not typical. It's very unique, very different. And you of course don't, you know, expect anything less from this fragrance house. It's a luxury designer fragrance. Obviously, you probably guessed it. This one's Christian Louboutin's latest release, Loubi World collection release, Lubimar. So this one, you guys, is this beautiful, very light, slightly salty tuberose fragrance that's quite musky as well. Those are really the three things you smell quite a bit in this fragrance right off the bat. Like when you spray it first, you can smell that, like, well, you can smell the tuberose right away. You can smell the musk too, but you get that slight sort of marine quality vibe from that salt that's in the fragrance. It, like, the salt that's in here really kind of, how do I say this? Kind of put a very different twist into that tuberose. You don't get your typical bubblegummy tuberose in here. There's nothing bubblegummy about the tuberose that's in here at all. Like usually tuberose fragrances, you can smell the tuberose and it has this slight sort of bubblegummy quality to it, even the natural tuberose. This obviously has natural tuberose, but I don't get the bubblegummy aspect, the nuance of it. Why? Because of the salt that's in this fragrance. So that salt is making the tuberose light, in a way kind of even more carnal in a way, because that salt at that sort of like, you know, beautiful skin sweaty vibe, you know, like not the stinky nasty sweaty, but beautiful, good smelling, salty, sweaty, you know, in the hot weather, on somebody who smells very good, you know, very clean and good. This one, you guys, I really love it even more than I did when I first received it. I did a full review of this fragrance. I will link it up here and down in the description box. In that review, I told you guys when it arrived, I sprayed it on. My husband wasn't around when I sprayed it on, but then he walked by me and he could smell me like feet away. He was about like 12, you know, 15 feet away from me, and he could smell it. He was like, "Ooh, what are you wearing? That's hot. Ooh, that's good." Like he finds this fragrance to be very alluring, very kind of almost sexy, you know. He was kind of sniffing me all around the house all day long. And by the way, when I say all day long, that's because this perfume arrived early morning that day when I first received it, and I sprayed it on. It lasted all day long. I mean, it's eternal. It lasted till I went to bed. I mean, I showered and it was still slightly on me. It's like, it's a light, very light, almost like marine type like feel fragrance. It's not exactly marine, it comes from that salt, but you don't expect it to last because it's a fresh fragrance, but it lasted all day long. And the sillage is enormous, as you know, heard. My husband could smell me feet away, many feet away, and the projection is quite amazing as well. So it's quite the bang for your buck. Like with the Christian Louboutin fragrances, especially the Loubi World collection, you guys, you get your money's worth. I have the entire collection, you guys know that. I even have all three of the Intense ones as well, and now this, so I have every single one of them. I absolutely adore it. I collect it. I'm a collector. Oh, this is a gorgeous, very unique, fresh, salty, musky tuberose, and it's also musky, like very musky. So that musk also adds to that carnal quality of this fragrance, that animalic, you know, vibe of this fragrance. absolutely stunning. I'm sure there are other white florals in here that aren't revealed, maybe like a citrus floral like neroli, although this doesn't seem to have actual citruses because I don't get the citrus fresh. I get mostly musky, salty tuberose fresh. So that's why I'm guessing maybe it's like a citrus flower like neroli or jasmine a little bit, although I don't actually smell the jasmine. If it's there, then it's really well blended. I'm just guessing. Definitely no patchouli, which you tend to get in stuff like this, you know. For example, you know, Creed Aventus for her has patchouli, although it's a very fresh fragrance, you know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely stunning. Check out my review on this fragrance. I shared a lot more thoughts on it than what I just said. It reminds me of the beach. The moment I smelled it, in my mind, I was on a beach, lying on a beach on a very hot day, just enjoying the breeze, lying there relaxing. So definitely reminded me of the beach, probably because of the salt note in here. This one is, of course, Lubimar by Christian Louboutin. Oh my god, you guys, I have a fragrance I am so in love with. I love it. And it surprised me, and I will tell you why that is very soon here in a second. This fragrance I've had for 5 days, 4 or 5 days. I haven't had it for very long. I just got it because I read some amazing reviews online about it. It's so good. It's a coconutty vanilla fragrance that reminds me immediately of the beach, putting suntan lotion and lying on the beach. You guys, this one is Este Lauder Bronze Goddess. It's sexy too. It's very sexy. And Bronze Goddess, that's exactly what this smells like. It smells like this like tan woman with like oiled suntanned, like suntan oil or oiled skin, glistening on a beach, lying on a beach in a bikini. Seriously, that's what this fragrance reminds me. Somebody who's tanning, you know, with like very beachy hair, you know, like, whew, sexy woman, that kind of fragrance. Oh my gosh, you guys, now I'm about to smell it. It makes me roll my eyes back into my head. It's so good. What did I say? Oh, I'm not gonna spray this one, it's quite strong. And this one is another one that lasts forever on my skin and on my clothes, and it projects and projects and projects, and it has a really nice sillage as well. It's like an all day long perfume, and that's what you want, right? You want fragrances that are light and summery, but you want them to last still, right? In hot weather especially. By the way, this performs amazing in hot weather. This will not choke anybody, even though it's a very beautiful, like a little bit strong coconutty vanilla fragrance. No one is gonna get choked by it. I mean, unless you bathe in it. It's such a beautiful fragrance. See, that's the other thing about these fragrances that I picked. These are fragrances that are quite long lasting, even though they're beach fragrances that remind anybody of the beach. But and they're fresh, you know. Some of them are marine, aquatic, but they still last, and that's what you want, you guys. That's what you want. Oh my lord, this one is a beautiful coconutty vanilla. That coconut in here is just right there. It's yummy and it's just creamy, that coconut. It just really reminds you of like a tropical beach vacation, lying on a tropical beach, really, you know, on golden sand. It's got some beautiful white florals. It's a little woody. It's got a little bit of amber, as you can probably tell by the juice. Yeah, it's stunning. You guys, what I love the most about this fragrance, I mean, yes, it's a coconutty vanilla fragrance, But the white floral that's in here is one of my favorites. It's Tahitian tiare flower. Or is it just tiare flower? I think it might just be tiare flower. It's like Tahitian tiare is a variety of tiare flower. Guys, I absolutely adore tiare flower. It smells so tropically. By the way, the coconut and the tiare flower in here make this smell quite tropical as well, which is why it reminds you of a tropical beach getaway more than anything. This definitely reminds you of like a tropical beach. You're sun tanning, all oiled up on a tropical beach. Tahitian or regular tiare flower in here. That tiare flower is absolutely feminine and absolutely intoxicating, beautiful flower. It's beautiful like the ylang ylang, you know, like how ylang ylang is very intoxicating, very tropical. But I know some people, I can't imagine, you know, anybody not loving ylang ylang, but some people might find ylang ylang to have that sort of that banana vibe to it, which some people may not like. But tiare flower doesn't have that. Still very, very like tropically and gorgeous and intoxicating. Oh my god, you guys, this fragrance, I can't tell you enough about it. It's absolutely stunning. It makes me feel like a bronze goddess glistening on a hot sandy beach. Very sexy fragrance, very kind of Victoria's Secret model sexy, you know what I mean? Like a hot model on a hot sandy beach sexy. This one is Este Lauder Bronze Goddess. The next one is a very like super sweet vacation fragrance, really, like that reminds me of going out on a hot date on a tropical beach. Like you know, when you go to a dinner date with your husband or whoever, you know, on a beautiful like exotic vacation destination, beach vacation destination. This is the fragrance that you want to wear. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very sweet. There's something sweet in here. I'll tell you what it is. It reminds me of the beach. You know why it reminds me of the beach? Because it has a warm sand note. Get that? You know, it's a very hot, sexy fragrance. My husband adores this one. This one is, of course, Tiziana, Terenzi, Tibet. This fragrance, like I said, you guys, it just really reminds me of a very hot dinner date on a tropical beach vacation. There's a cotton candy note in the base, or candy note in the base, that adds this like that super sweetness to this fragrance. But my favorite in here is that warm sand note. That warm sand note gives it that beautiful kind of beach vibe, you know, like hot golden sand beach. Sand on the beach vibe. This also has a little bit of coconut that adds to the whole beachy vibe of this fragrance. Loads of exotic flowers, which I'm not even gonna get into. Tons of exotic flowers. It's got lots of woody notes, some amber, some vanilla in the opening, a little bit of a green nuance. It's just a very hot, sexy fragrance that reminds me of a hot date on the beach, you know. So this one is Tiziana, Terenzi, Tibet. This one, you guys, you can buy on Fragrance Net or Fragrance Buy for one third of the price, I think. Yeah, either half or third of the price. Don't pay anything more than 40% off for this fragrance. And both of those sites have authentic fragrances. As you know, they're very reputed wholesale fragrance websites. Yeah, Tiziana, Terenzi, Tibet. I will link everything down in the description box for you. So speaking of Tiziana, Terenzi fragrances, I have actually two more Tiziana, Terenzi fragrances that absolutely are musts for me on summer vacations period, but especially on beach vacations in the summertime. This one in my hands right now that I have is a very kind of clean, fresh smelling fragrance, but it's still very kind of sweet. It is very unique fragrance. You know, people describe this fragrance in all kinds of different ways, but I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. This one is none other than Tiziana, Terenzi, Telea. I did a full review of this fragrance. I will link it up here and down in the description box. Whew, you guys, this fragrance, it is a very luxurious fragrance. It smells like one of those fragrances that you want to wear on the ocean on a yacht, you know. It smells very kind of like expensive, you know. It has a little bit of that slight synthetic vibe that Tiziana Terenzi fragrances tend to have, most of them, which is not a bad thing, by the way. They use a lot of natural ingredients as well. Now this one reminds me of the ocean, probably mainly because of the ambergris that's in here. There's loads of ambergris in this fragrance. I think ambergris is in the middle and in the base. Again, ambergris is one of those notes that has like sort of marine mineral vibes plus woody nuances. So it's like minerally woody nuances that you get. And the real ambergris, like the natural ambergris, is derived from, you know, sperm whales, from the gut of sperm whales. So you can imagine that marine quality, that sort of mineral quality it must have had. It also has woody nuances to it. So this opens with like Sicilian bergamot, things like that, very fresh, sort of citrusy. But then it immediately, you get that ambergris, you know, in the middle with a bunch of gorgeous exotic florals like ylang ylang. I believe there's like heliotrope from Peru, loctite jasmine in here that, you know, it's a specific type of jasmine that grows in Italy in the loctite region. This has again ambergris in the base. It has lots of like woody notes like red patchouli, I think, from Indonesia. There's like vetiver from Tahiti. This has like oak, you know, lots of like, and mahogany too, or teak or something. Some exotic woods that gives it like a very kind of woody base, plus that ambergris, which also has like a bit of woody nuances. This really is a fragrance that you want to wear on a very like luxurious summer vacation on the beach, you know. Again, I keep thinking of a yacht when I smell this fragrance. There's something marine about this fragrance, that minerally quality from the ambergris. That's why it reminds me of the ocean. I mean, look at the bottle itself. It's turquoise, reminding you of those beautiful turquoise, crystal clear waters in the Mediterranean and in the tropics, you know. Love this fragrance. I put this on, I showed this on Instagram not last summer, that was like the last time we went on a beach vacation. We actually went on a private beach vacation because of the pandemic. So it's just us on a private beach. So yeah, I Instagrammed, you know, all the fragrances that I wore, and this was one of them. Yeah, this is Tiziana Terenzi Telea. So the last Tiziana Terenzi fragrance I want to share with you guys is this one right here. This is Atlantide. Finally remembered to pronounce it right. It's pronounced Atlantide in Italian. Of course, Tiziana Terenzi is an Italian fragrance house. This fragrance, whew, by the way, this comes in the most gorgeous packaging, submerged in water, the container. I did a complete full review of this fragrance. I will link it up here down in the description box. It was a very colorful review that had a lot of beautiful, like, you know, visual effects, you know, some cinematics, you know, that type of video. Check that out. You would really enjoy that review. By the way, I forgot to mention, so Talea and this both, and Tibet, all of these Tiziana Terenzi fragrances, you can get for much less on discount websites like Fragrance Net, Fragrance Buy. I would recommend Fragrance Buy, especially for Tiziana Terenzi ones. You can get it for like one like fourth of the price, you guys. But if they're out of stock, which they tend to be because people jump on them, then they see on discount website, just put your name down for an alert when they restock, and they are very good at letting you know. You'll get an alert right away. Just be patient, you know, so you can get a good discount. The thing I love about this fragrance is that this has tuberose. It's a tuberose fragrance, but it has one of my favorite fruit notes. That's passion fruit. Whew, even the juice kind of looks kind of passion fruity color, you know, not because of passion fruit, I'm sure. This has like, you know, citrus florals like orange blossom, narcissus, which are all kind of like light kind of citrusy type florals that are, you know, white florals. This has a little bit of sweetness from benzoin. There's a little sweetness from the amber, which has also a resin vibe. I don't know, for some reason I feel like this might also have a little bit of ambergris. I feel like I can smell a little bit of ambergris in here for some reason. I mean, it reminds me of the ocean. As you can tell, it's from the Tiziana Terenzi Sea Stars collection. There are 5 fragrances in that collection that are beach oriented. It was done with the beach in mind. Obviously, they're very like nautical themed perfumes. Absolutely adore this. I also took this on our last beach vacation. I put it on IG. I Instagrammed it. Absolutely love it. It reminds me again of a tropical beach vacation. This one is Tiziana Terenzi Atlantide. I don't know why this next fragrance reminds me immediately of the beach as well. I think of the Miami beaches, which is what it's, you know, themed or named after. This one is JLo Miami Glow. It's a very, 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 very affordable fragrance, very much synthetic, nothing natural about it, but I still adore it. It again immediately makes me think of lying on a beach with suntan lotion on. No, it doesn't smell like suntan lotion per se. It just reminds you of lying on a beach, you know. It even has a pair of sandals on the, you know, actual bottle. I'm gonna spray this a little bit so I can smell better. It's not the most beast mode fragrance, you know. There it is. Again, it makes me happy. And it's so affordable, you guys. This is an oldie but a goodie, you know. Sometimes affordable fragrances can make you very, very happy. Don't always think that money brings you happiness all the time. It doesn't. As much as I love my niche fragrances, some of my affordable fragrances, some of my designer ones, even some celebrity ones make me feel happy, you know. That's what it's for, right? That's why we get things, why we buy things. This has loads of different beautiful white florals. I think jasmine, neroli, even tuberose, and maybe orange blossom, some citrus notes, maybe like grapefruit or lemon or something, some citrus notes in here. It definitely has that suntan lotion vibe, but it doesn't smell particularly like suntan lotion. You know, it has a tiny bit of amber. This has a little bit of coconut in here. I can smell that coconutty vibe in here. I really do. Nothing natural about this fragrance. Like I said, it doesn't smell expensive, but it smells like lying on a hot sandy beach down in Miami. You know, that's what it smells like. This one is JLo Glow. So I have a really affordable celebrity fragrance, another one in my hands. Now this one is a little bit of a, what you call, polarizing fragrance. I have heard people say anything from absolutely gorgeous coconutty bronze beauty type fragrance to people saying it smells like bug spray. Honestly, you guys, it does not smell like bug spray. Is it natural smelling? No. It definitely is kind of like Miami Glow. There's nothing natural about this fragrance, but this has a beautiful coconut note that's very coconutty. Again, reminds you of lying on a beach, you know, with your coconut oil or your suntan lotion on with a little bit of sunscreen. It kind of that type of fragrance. It smells kind of sexy. This has quite a bit of vanilla too. This has like florals like hibiscus, which is a tropical, you know, floral, as you guys know. Obviously it's the synthetic note. It might even be a fantasy note because hibiscus doesn't necessarily have a smell. I grew up with these type of tropical florals, so I know they don't necessarily have like a scent. It has some white florals and some like tropical florals like hibiscus. Definitely coconut. You can smell the coconut. Some vanilla. maybe a little bit of amber maybe as well. It definitely has some patchouli and musk, which gives it a bit of an edge, you know, and patchouli with that slight earthiness. This is definitely a very affordable option for a beach outing. You know, it may not be like perfect for like a nice tropical beach vacation per se, you know, because it's like not the most like, I don't know, natural smelling fragrance, but it's definitely one that you want to wear running around during the day, even at night. This could go from day to night actually, even like a beach outing, you know. It reminds me definitely of lying on a hot sandy beach. Yeah, this is Rihanna's Red Fleur. So I have another fragrance from Tom Ford that remind me of, again, like a gorgeous, luxurious beach vacation on a yacht. You're going to be like, this woman wants to be on a yacht. Yes, I do. I do want to be on a yacht. But you know what I mean? I'm trying to explain to you guys how it smells luxurious, you know, like a luxurious, you know, exotic beach vacation. This one has lots of like beautiful white florals. It's very light. It has coconut, but it's not like that overwhelming right in your face kind of coconut, but it's well blended in the kind of, you know, in the background, but you can still smell it. It's very like bright and sunny, kind of a bit of like a solar fragrance. This one is Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. This one, you guys, like I said, very much a luxurious, light, hot weather fragrance that's remind me of a beach vacation. This has, you know, gorgeous tropical florals like jasmine and ylang ylang. There's tuberose. This has a little bit of amber. This has, I think, benzoin and vanilla and tonka bean. I think it's got a lot of vanilla in here as well. Yeah, it's just one of those fragrances that also remind me of being on the beach, probably because of the coconut and the exotic tropical florals that are in here. Again, one that you want to wear in the super hot weather to the beach. Reminds me of the beach. Dining by the beach actually is what this reminds me of. This one is Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. Now I have an honorable mention in my hands. It's an honorable mention because it's been discontinued here in the US. It's very hard to find, but I will find it and link it down in the description box for you guys. You can still get a hold of it, but it's very, very hard to get a hold of it. This one is a very kind of an indolic jasmine that's in here. There's jasmine in this fragrance, by the way. And this has, again, that gorgeous flower that I love, Tahitian tiare flower. And it has coconut. It just definitely reminds me of like the beach, you know. This one is Guerlain Terracotta. This is a beautiful fragrance. The only thing that I wish that was different about this fragrance is the jasmine being very indolic. If they kind of dialed back the indolic jasmine and instead of put like more of a sweeter jasmine, I think it would have been much better for this fragrance. But that Tahitian tiare flower kind of makes up for it, I feel. That tiare flower, the coconut, those type of notes really definitely make you think of the beach, being on a beach with glistening skin, suntan lotion, coconut oil on your body, lying on the beach with a little bit of sunscreen. So that's what this fragrance reminds me of. In addition to jasmine and tiare flower, this also has, I think, ylang ylang as well. I'm not sure. And it has definitely some vanilla and some musk as well. And I think there's a little bit of amber. There must be amber with the juice color like this. There's got to be amber in here. Yeah, very much one that makes me think of a hot summer beach vacation, lying on the beach outing. Amazing fragrance for super hot days. This doesn't last very long at all. The only time you want to wear this is on like a hot summer day, because you can get more performance from this fragrance that way. But still, you had to respray this. This is one you had to respray. Doesn't last all that long. That's another drawback of this fragrance, which is why I put this in like the honorable mentions. So yeah, this one is Guerlain Terracotta. So you guys, those are my fabulous fragrances that remind me of the beach, lying on a beach and just sunbathing and just feeling the breeze. Immediately my brain goes to the beach when I smell these fragrances. Make me want to be out and about, running around on beautiful summer days in the sun, be on a beach, just enjoying the day on a beach. So let me know down in the comments section what your favorite beach fragrances for hot summer beach outings or beach vacations. I would love to know if there are any fragrances that I missed. I would really like to hear from you guys if I missed anything. So let me know down in the comment section. I would love to know more because I would love to add more of these type of fragrances, you guys. I don't have enough of these, I feel like, because summer doesn't last all that long, and I'm always buying gourmet fragrances, too many heavy fragrances. Let me know down in the comment section. I would love to know if there are more of these gorgeous Este Lauder, Bronze Goddess type fragrances, or the Christian Louboutin, Lubimar type fragrances. Let me know, chime down below. So before we part ways, please take a second to subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, you guys, to grow my channel. Ring the notification bell next to it for all notifications, not just some notifications. Otherwise, you'll miss half of my videos. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I post everything and anything I do, anything I buy, everything fabulous. Keep up with the news on Instagram. I will see you guys in my next video.